the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praises due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve and the alone seeks for thine help and aid. O Allah, guide us on the right path, path of those upon whom thou bestow thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray if they heard thy teachings. Say he Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness of none deserve to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. We like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters who sent us the greetings of Assalamu Alaikum. We have Brother Mustafa and Sister Sharice Ali from Cleveland, Ohio. We have Captain Ronnie and Minister Ramadan from Baltimore. We have Sister Samira Musin from Detroit. And we have the Rafiq family. And I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum. We want to continue talking about which one will survive the war of Armageddon. But today, we like to talk about the Indians, because the messenger taught us about the Indians, and the Indians are also involved in which one will survive the war of Armageddon. But in today's world, we have to be careful, because a lot of the messenger's teachings is being added to and taken away from by Muslims and non-Muslims alike. This is an article that comes from the December 7th, 2004 Hattiesburg American. And this saying, honoring black Indian heritage. And this particular article is talking about black people in Mississippi who saying they full-blooded Choctaw Indian. Now this sounds like it could be right, because they taken some of the messenger said that we are the Asiatic black man. And when he talked about Asia, Asia means the whole world. He said that yes, there was a time when the black man built great civilizations in this part of the world that we call America today. But he said that this part of the world in this calendar history was a prison for the exiled enemies of Allah. That's what he said. He didn't say nothing about no black man being no Choctaw Indian. He didn't say nothing about no black man being no Cherokee. He said the only tribe he taught us that we're from is the tribe of Shabazz. Now let's look at, this is the March 28, 1969, Muhammad speaks. And this is the messenger teaching us on the Indian. He says, Allah God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, taught me that the Indian, who are the so-called American Indians, are descendants from an old ancient people, the black man of Asia. Now we must remember that there's 4 colors that's represented in the black man of Asia. It's the black man, the brown man, the red man, and the yellow man. That's the black man of Asia. And the messenger taught us that the Indian is the red man. That's who the Indian represents. But he says in the article that the Indians are a descendant from an old ancient people, the black man of Asia, and that part of the country that is known as India. They are by no means a modern people. The messenger says the so-called American Indians, so Allah God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me, were exiled from their native land, India, and people 16,000 years ago. They migrated by walking from the country that is now known as India and entered this country by way of Bering Straits. They were driven out of India because of their unbelief in Allah and their failure to worship in His true religion, Islam. They had to walk all the way because their fathers rebelled against Allah and his religion, Islam. So America wasn't no place where people say, yo, I think I want to go settle in America. The Native Americans didn't take no boat over here. They had to walk. And if you look at a map and see how far India is from America, that's tens of thousands of miles to walk. Imagine walking from here to Grand Rapids. Think about how, in this heat, think how long that'll take you. They had to walk tens of thousands of miles for disobeying Allah. So America wasn't no place that they chose to come. They were exiled, forced to come here. Then the messenger said they had to take such terrible chastisement due to the spirit of Allah God against these people because of their disobedience to Allah God and his religion, Islam. The so-called American Indians were completely guideless. Allah allowed this to happen to them because of their disobedience. They built many kinds of gods with their own hands and bowed down and worshiped the work of their own hands, as they are still doing in India today. They are not successful in India except those who turn to Islam. And since the Western Hemisphere became a prison, exile for the so-called American Indian, Allah God sent another exiled enemy, the white man, to chase this Indian exile and to bring him into subjection to the late white exile and give the Indian another whipping. So not only did Allah make them walk tens of thousands of miles to come over here for breaking the law, they was over here for what, 10,000 years before the grafting of the white man. Then they was here for 6,000 more years, and Allah sent the white man over here again to give him another whip, if that wasn't bad enough. So this ain't no place for you to be sitting up here talking about you 100% Choctaw Indian. That's because the black man is deaf, dumb, and blind. The thing about us as black people, we don't understand. The messenger said that every civilized person wants to be of his own. Every civilized and decent person. No civilized and decent person wants to mix with another race. That's what he said. So when you have these people who mix with black people, these are the rejects of that group. So when these rejects mix with black people, and black people had these half-breed, and the messenger said this spotted up nation, you think that if you marry a German woman and you have babies with this German woman, your baby German too. So now you go to the Germans thinking they gonna accept your spotted up, mixed up baby as one of them. But you not realizing that German who mixed with you was the reject of the Germans. The rest of the Germans want to be German. The rest of the Germans don't want no nigga in they blood. Most of the Germans. But the reject Germans are mixed with you. So when we go to these people and they don't accept us because we got our little mixed up German baby, we think, oh, what's wrong with them? They racist. They don't want to accept me because I got German in my blood. No. Your mama and your daddy was a fool to mix with them. That's what it is. All praise is due to Allah. Because in the new school nation of Islam, we don't talk about race mixing like the messenger talked about race mixing. He said we don't want a spotted up nation. Flat out. It's a lecture that he was going so hard, he mentioned this woman's name. It was some woman in a magazine who they put this woman on the front page of a magazine with her interracial husband. The messenger was going in so hard on interracial marriage, he even mentioned this woman's name, talking about how foolish it was to be mixing and how foolish she is to mix with the caveman. This was how the messenger used to talk about race mixing. It wasn't no thing like he was trying to say, oh, you can't help who you love. But let's get back to the Indian. The messenger says, here in America, the white man has almost annihilated the Indian from the face of the earth. I want you to see into the work of God upon the people who refuse him, as the so-called American Negro desires to do this today. They ignore Allah God and follow an exiled enemy of God. So the Indian is an example to us. They not a people that we came from them. They are an example to us of what happened to a people who reject Allah. That's what the messenger said. He ain't never say no black man was no Choctaw or no Cherokee. He didn't never say that. He said that the Indian is an exiled enemy of Allah. And they are an example to us of what happens to people who reject Allah. All praises be to Allah. He says the so-called American Negro came into America in a much different way than that of the Indians and the white man. We were not exiled from our native country and people. We were kidnapped by the white man and brought here by force against our will for the purpose of evil slavery and mistreatment. So when you see these black people with this nonsense, talking about you 100% Choctaw or you 100% Cherokee, no, we ain't supporting you in that. Straight up. Because you got Muslims today that support this nonsense. They're supporting them talking about they fighting to be recognized by the rest of these Indian tribal governments. Because the pure Indian don't accept no black man talking about your name Leroy Jenkins and you talking about you a full-blooded Choctaw Indian. Your mama named Mamie O'Houlihan and you talking about you 100% Choctaw. Them Choctaw look at you like, nigga, get out of here. We don't want to hear nothing about you no Choctaw Indian. That's the black man, deaf, dumb, and blind, fighting for these people to recognize you. That's foolish. And you got Muslims today because the teachings of the messenger, we don't represent the teachings of the messenger like Muslims represented the teaching of the messenger when he was alive. This is an article, and I just want to read this real quick. This was an article yet again by another sister. Her name was Betty 2X. And the name of her article is, it says opponents of Messenger Muhammad will not survive doom. Let's listen to what she said. She said, there are many today who profess to be leaders among the so-called Negroes. Many who speak eloquently against the injustice done to the black man, woman, and child in North America. These so-called leaders, Stokely Carmichael, H. Rap Brown, and Floyd McKenzie. She named their names. This was Muslims during the time of the messenger. Wasn't all this sympathizing with you just because you talking this black talk. You had to be talking the messenger's talk, plus you had to give the messenger credit for what you talking about. So she said, these so-called leaders teach the importance of re-educating black people in general, giving them a portion of the land here in America that their slave parents toiled for over 300 years ago and separated from the devil to become a nation within a nation. The above named black men and others have literally stolen portions of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's message to the black man in America. Some have visited the mosque, the place where the lost found Negro man, woman, and child can be lectured into the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's dynamic program for the black man. Others have conversed with representatives of the Honorable Messenger. They have been held spellbound by the supreme wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the world affairs and problems of the black man and how his problems can be solved here in America. Then she says, the black man who speak of what must be done to clean up his ghettos are only quoting what Messenger of Allah has said. Rid your mind of the filthy practices and habits of the white man and be proud of being black. To be black means to be the first man and creator of all you see in the universe, even down to the cavey white man. Yes, you black man created him too. But to hear this kind of knowledge coming from Browns, Carmichaels, and McKenzie's, hear this kind of talk coming from a hog eater. Hearing this kind of talk and you still got your slave name. You couldn't do that when the messenger was alive. She said Browns, McKenzie's, and Carmichaels, them slave names. How you gonna be teaching a black man what he should do for himself and you still a hog eater? All praise is due to Allah. They wasn't going for that kind of stuff when the messenger was alive. You couldn't take the messenger's teachings, be a hog eater, get in front of black people talking that talk, and then think Muslims gonna bear witness to you like we do today. Because if we see some black people talking about, I'm full-blooded Choctaw, oh yeah, brother, come on with us, brother, you our brother. No, we don't support you in that, brother. The messenger ain't teach us nothing about no black people being no Choctaw. He told us that the Indians was the enemies of Allah. I mean, if that's what you want to do, all praise is due to Allah, but I'm not supporting you doing that. That's you. The messenger ain't teach us that. He said that the Indians were an exiled enemy of Allah. He said the black man came over here in a different way. Then, let me read it again. He said the so-called American Negro came into America in a much different way than the Indians, than that of the Indian and the white man. We were not exiled from our native country and people. We were kidnapped by the white man and brought here by force against our will for the purposes of evil, slavery, and mistreatment. He didn't say we was already here. He didn't say that. He telling you that we came over here different than how they came over here. He telling you that they the enemies of Allah. He telling you that we got a different opportunity in Islam than the Indians do. So we can't support you in this. All praise is due to Allah. Well, brothers and sisters, we don't want to prolong the time. So I leave you as I came in the nation of Islam's reading words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Mr. Khalil, another hand. I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of the Master Prophet Muhammad, the true and living God, we forever thank him. We read upon our midst a divine leader, teacher, and guide in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. May the peace and blessings of Almighty God, Allah, forever be upon him. I'm truly grateful on this coming and blessing me to be a follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and a witness bearer to the truth of what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us. We as believers know for sure that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is no longer with you and I in the physical form, but that what was given to him from Almighty God, Allah, who came in the person of the Master Prophet Muhammad, live with you and I, the believers. It's an honor and a privilege to be here, bearing witness that there's no God but Allah, who came in the person of the Master Prophet Muhammad, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was his last and greatest messenger. And I pray Allah to be worthy and fit in the eyesight of Almighty God, Allah, to be a true believer and a follower of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And in all my doings and all of our doing, we should wish to please him, the maker, the one God, Master Farad Muhammad, and obey his messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We all been given a privilege to serve, to help in this cause, to go after our people, the black man and woman of America. This is our goal. This should be our primary goal, is to help raise the dead. The messenger said we should go after this crazy black man who is crazy. He's a savage, the messenger taught us. A savage against self. He's destructive against self because he hates self. And he was taught to hate self by the white man. But we are the first fruit. We're from that world of evil, filth, and indecency. Many examples of that world. We was wrongdoers. But the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings civilized you and I. And the same teachings that messenger taught us will civilize any savage. And we know that it will civilize any savage, because we know that our brother Musa went in the caves and hillsides of Europe and helped civilize the devil, who by nature was wicked and evil. By nature. But this truth civilized him. Brought him off all his foes, crawling. And it brought us off our foes. We was wallowing in the mud of ignorance, filth and indecency and evil. But this same teachings brought us out, stood us up like it did the white man. And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was the last and greatest messenger of them all. There's not another messenger coming after him. He was the end of it, the seal of the apostle, the honorable Elijah Muhammad. He taught us everything that we need to know to go for ourselves as a nation of people. He taught us that. So it's up to you and I today. But in this long journey that we have, this is what we're doing, there's going to be trials on top of trials. There's going to be, everybody say assalamu alaikum may not mean it. There are going to be disbelievers, fault finders, backbiters, rebellious ones. All this is in here. All of this is we're going to have to go through. Hypocrites, the messenger say, disbelievers, the same as it was in the days of Noah. They did the same work. It ain't no different. They did the same work. We got to watch out for that smart, crooked deceiver who's always trying to put one over. This is nation time building. It's right among the believers. You have these treacherous, deceitful, so-called believers among us. This is the days of separation. Allah came to separate us, not to integrate, to separate. That just don't mean the devil. That means to separate this smart, crooked deceiver, this wicked one, this treacherous one among us, this hard-hearted one, this evil one among us. This is what's happening. It's not rosy. There ain't no smooth going. This is all in it. The message didn't have a smooth going. From 407, remember this. These was believers. These were so-called believers. These was the ones that say, I believe in Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. But we couldn't see inside of them. We couldn't see their minds and their hearts and their thoughts. But Allah did. And he separated them. Got rid of them. Look at Augustus. Remember Augustus Muhammad? One rose up against the messenger. He fell off the earth somewhere. Nobody know where he is. Up until this day, they don't know where he is. They heard from him. See? Who turned and rebelled against the messenger. If we rebel, let me show you what's happening here when we say we rebel against the messenger. When you or we rebel against what he taught, you're rebelling against the messenger. We're rebelling against him because this is what he taught. He got it from Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, the true and living God. So, if you read the Holy Quran, it tell you how hypocrites were separated from the believers. It's a great day of separation. Not only the devil, the white man, disbelievers and hypocrites was among you and I. It's separation time here. When the messenger said, Chicago temple was honeycomb with them. Honeycomb. Right in the midst there. Go right in his face. I'm like the holy apostle. Hated this, the very thing that he taught it, they was against it. We got the history. We see what happened in the early days. How someone was jealous because Allah wanted to take care of the messenger and his family first. And then what was left, if he could spare it, he gave to the rest. But some among them was jealous and envy of him. See? Because they felt that they should have it. That's nothing but a trial. But Allah gonna reward all of us if we're patient. If we patient, he's going to reward all of us in due time if we patient. So I'm saying this to let us know that everything is real. It's not a spook. We're building a nation. You're going to find rotten apples in all types of nations. There's going to be some rotten apples. There's going to be somebody in there that don't say they believe. They say they believe and they don't believe. Their actions. The message says, this is the thing. You don't know my heart, I don't know your heart. But your actions will be the judge of you and me. It's what we do. It's going to be the judge of you and me. See? I can see. You can see. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not a thing that you just picking on people, somebody picking on. This is manifestation of defense. We've been made manifest. Nothing will be hidden in this day. So if we have some bad qualities about ourselves, it's going to be brought out. Can't hide today. Nothing today. The devil can't even hide. Everybody begin to see that he's wicked. Everybody, that drunk out there, baby. That's right. Our drunken brother out there begin to say, hey, man, hey, the Indian, our brother finally said, man, wait a minute, you talk with forked tongue, crooked tongue, but it took a long time. But he finally woke up. And our people is waking up. They're waking up. See? They don't understand a lot of, you got a place to go, brother. You got a place to come to. See? That's our aim and purpose. The message that we have to teach our people and train them unto the knowledge of themselves. We have to do that. See? This is true. This is for real. We was trained. We didn't know. But those in authority from among you and I trained us into the knowledge of ourselves. But in order for us to be successful, we had to be obedient to what the messenger taught. We couldn't rebel against what he taught. Regardless to if the hat fit, you have to wear it. These kind of things. We build a nation, brothers and sisters. And we're going to come to some problems. But we have to weed them out. Allah going to weed it out. Or are they coming? Or they coming. They come, they got nowhere to go. But see, those pure in heart will be here to teach them. That's right. Those who not pure in heart, Allah gonna get rid of them. Gonna separate us. We're all included. All of us included. So we're not ready, we better get ready. We better clean up our act. Devise ourselves of the devil's habit, because this is what's happening today. Everything that we see is manifestation. We're being made manifest. We're writing our book of deeds, our work. The messenger say, your work gonna be the judge of you. Not somebody, no, your work gonna be the judge of you. What you do in the cause, what you do helping, all these different kinds of, our attitude, our love for one another, all this gonna be judged. We're being judged now. It's not a game. Not a game. I pray Allah find me worthy. I pray Allah. See? For me. For me. I can't pray for you. For me. What your message said? If one left in the bed, get up and go. Leave them there. Oh, my wife. Leave her there. My husband. Leave him there and go for yourself. Didn't the messenger say that? All right then. I would have came, but I couldn't leave my wife, my children. I would have went, but I just couldn't leave them. The messenger said, Allah asked them, asked the messenger. Are your followers better than me? Are your followers better than me? No. You better get it yourself. Or you going right to hell with them. Good example. Look at Lot and his wife. Lot didn't say, well, I got to go my way. The man say, get out of here. Abraham, yeah, get on out of here. He didn't say, well, I couldn't do it. What Noah say about his son? The messenger said. What did Allah say to him? You go right along with him then. Well, I know not what to say. Yeah, all right then. I said what I had not to say. I had no business saying. All right then. When that questioned me, he go along right with him. He was wrongdoer. He drowned. See, all these things, this is real. You better try to save yourself. Get to the wise is sufficient. You think your horses, your fine horses, gonna save you? In other words, do you think all the money that you got, all the fortune that you have, all the wealth that you have gonna save you? Ain't nothing gonna save you but obedience to Allah and his messenger. That's the only thing gonna save you and I. I love her. Oh, I love him. Yeah. The messenger of Allah loves us all. But he told him, he said he gonna burn them all up. He not gonna leave not one. That's what Allah said. The messenger said Allah told him. I just listened to it. But he'll teach one. He'd rattlesnakes to teach one, wouldn't he? Just to save one, right? But he'll burn you up if you're not right. He said he's not going to leave not one. He's going to burn them all up. You think he's playing? You think he's playing with me and you? You think we're going to keep doing this evil and backbiting and chicanery and mischief making? You think you're going to keep doing that, going for that? You're not going to get away with that. I'm not going to get away with it. It's going to come to an end. Allah going to bring it to the end. The messenger said we have to be 100% obedient to his law. So we should be trying to work to ourselves to be strong. For right, not for wrong. I don't care if it is your husband or your wife. If he wrong or she wrong, you don't go for that. You stand up. That's what you do. You say, hey, wait a minute, baby. You better get it together. Wait a minute, honey. You better get it together. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. And nobody else is going for it. Because we got eyes. You can't fool a Muslim. Not a follower down of Elijah Muhammad. We see. See? We know right from wrong. You know right from wrong. Can't nobody put no small-time stuff over on you unless you want it to be put over on. You can't, you won't do that. This is what's happening. That's why this is like a revolving door. Some gonna come, some gonna go, some gonna stick. That's right. Some they're all not gonna leave on it. Some gonna stick. Yeah, some gonna stick. Yeah, they done been through it. They know how it go. It's hard trial. Look at the messenger. He ran for 7 years, didn't he? Up and down here. That's a warning and a learning for you and I. But he stuck with it, didn't he? He stuck with it. And his sticking with it brought us, that's why we here today, because he stuck with it. He didn't shut us down the river. He didn't go on the side of the enemy. It wasn't nobody but himself he struck out. He still believed Allah could have just did it right there. No, he tried him. The messenger was tried for 7 years. He ran all up and down the East Coast. That's to tell you and I something. He stuck with the God because he know he was going to be the winner in the end. And he was the winner. And he is still the winner. And he going to always be the winner. Because Allah is with him. He said, if you with me 100%, Allah is with you 1,000%. He said, but if you deviate from me, he deviates from you. We with Allah. Those who with Allah, we're going to see them fall off. They're going to fall off. If they're not with Allah, they're going to fall off. They're going to fall by the wayside. We still here kicking. We like that baby in the womb. That baby kicked, don't he? I ain't had no baby, but I can tell about my wife and how they say how I used to run a stomach. Tell him kicking. He wants out. He's trying to get out. You know it's light at the end there. We know it's light at the end. We know we're going to be successful. That's why we kick it. That's right, we kick it. We started kicking. We started working because we know we're going to be out. We're going to be out there. We're going to see. We coming out of that darkness. See? And that baby come out. But he fighting. Fight for his life. That's what we got to do. We got to fight for truth. With truth, the message says. Standpoint to prove my position. This is what we got to fight with. We have the truth to fight with. And we got the God to back us up. Never has he lost a battle. Never. You think he going to lose now? Oh, we ain't going to lose now. We're making progress. We're making progress. See? But the hypocrite, they don't see it. Allah don't let them see it. Then all of a sudden he let it spring up. Gradually working. Then when they leave, boom. Oh, yeah, you didn't. They try to hinder the progress. Stoning. Try to hinder our progress. We making progress. Praise be to Allah. I'm telling you, Allah is blessing us. Yeah, He's blessing us. All over the internet. Brothers and sisters calling in. Want to know the truth. Because we're giving them the truth. We're not changing the teaching of the message. We're not going to change the teaching of the message. We're not going to change the laws of the message. That's to suit you. No. Law is the law. See? And if you break it, it's the consequence. That's why the messenger gave it to us. What? Protect us. Not to harm us, it's to protect us. Law protects us. See? These are the kind of things. What David said, oh, I love that law. Give me that law. Get him, cut his head off. But David said, David was a warrior and a king and a prophet. Hit him, David said, Lord, take their head off, get him. He's the lawman. Now Elijah Muhammad was a lawman. See? But he was merciful, just like the God was merciful. You see one, you're looking at it. You're close to Elijah's jugular vein. You can't get no closer than that. We're very fortunate to have had a leader and teacher in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Never did he deviate, brothers and sisters. I don't care what kind of circumstances. His own family members turned against him. His own family, his own brother, his own just turned against him. But he didn't flinch. He didn't say, oh, Allah, I love my brother. Khalil said, cut my throat. The messenger said, I made him the captain. I made him the supreme. I made him the big boss over all. But Allah showed me I didn't know their hearts. Couldn't blink. Cut my throat in misery, in distress, and anger and chastisement that Allah put on him for siding with the enemy against the messenger. And all of them that's against the messenger. Even in this day and time, he no longer with us. Allah chastises him. And he with you and I. He said, they seek to kill me and my followers. Well, you think he's telling you that and me that? This ain't no joke. We don't side with no hypocrite or no disbeliever or one who's against the law and rules and regulations. We don't side with them. I didn't make the law and rule up. It came from the messenger. Where you think he got it from? Got it from Allah. He said, I didn't get it from myself. I was too dumb to know all this. That's what he's telling you and I. But we got that smart, crooked deceiver who's always trying to put one over. They ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna just leave, the messenger said. They won't just walk out and leave. They just want to keep us, kick us some dirt. They just want to just be in the way. Okay? It's a steamroller here. You don't want to get in the way of this one. No, you don't get in the way of this one because it gets you up here. They want to die. When the Holy Quran tell you about them kind, they want to die, but death flee from them. Allah won't let them die. He let grief stricken them, anxiety, grief, chastisement get them. Death flee. Run from them. Allah let you suffer. He let you suffer and let you see and me see the evil intent that was in our hearts. And not only that, he's so wise and so powerful, he'll let the believers see the intent and indecency and evil and all this filth and chicanery and treacherousness in your heart. He'll let the believers see it so it wouldn't be no doubt in your mind in our minds. There won't be no doubt. Allah makes it plain. You turn hypocrite, you can walk out here and turn hypocrite if you want. He makes it plain. We all seeing, or her, or them. Don't you know that what Malcolm did, his children to chastise? They take it on the family members against the messenger. This ain't no joke. We have laws, rules, and regulations that we must abide by. It's to make us successful. Because those who don't want to abide by the law, we're going to weed them out. If those who don't want to abide by the law, they don't want to be here. But they abide by the law what the white man say, though. Because if the white man, you don't abide by some of the laws the white man tell you to, he going to lock you up. We don't lock you up. We just expel you for a while. That's what you do. We don't lock you up. But it's going to come to probably one day. One day you're going to, it might come that way. So we're for truth. We're very fortunate, brothers and sisters, to be followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We're building a nation, and we're going to see all types of things comes up. I pray Allah I'm on the good side. I'm going to try to get on the good foot with him. Save yourself. I'm not saying it just, the messenger said it. One might be in the field. One gonna leave, one gonna stay. When he said that husband and wife in the bed, said he don't want to get up, she don't want to get up, you get up. Go. Leave. So what that's telling you? Oh, she just wouldn't get up. Fire burning everywhere. I just thought I'd stay. What the messenger say? When the fire was all burning all around Sodom and Gomorrah, the people didn't do nothing. They just saw the fire burning up and saw the earth cracking. Now they wish they would have went with us, with Allah. Oh, they wish they would have went with Allah. See? Same thing with Noah. The messenger said. When the water started coming up high. Oh, everything's all right till the water started coming up. But when the water started coming up, oh, they wish they would have gotten the boat. With Noah. Same thing. Same thing. Oh, I wish I'd have went with the messenger. Right and wrong. See? We have to get right in the eyesight of Almighty God Allah, because we've been a nation. I'm telling you something. If we don't, he's going to send somebody else in here to do this work. It's going to get done. One monkey don't stop no show. One monkey don't stop no show. If we don't do it, you think it's going to be, somebody else going to come. Allah going to send somebody else. The messenger say somebody, the ones he going to send, going to love him. Go obey him. Love to do this work. Love thy God. They're going to love him. It's going to get done. Don't you want to be a part of it? I know I do. I know. If I don't see it, well, my name to go down as a martyr, as a fighter for the messenger. Truth. Yeah, that brother, I remember him. Sure enough, soldier on the battlefield. Name live among the righteous followers. Forever. Along the righteous followers. Look at Abu Bakr. All them. We know about them. They were loyal to the prophet. I heard some of us bad by him. In the mosque. Hamza. You never heard of Hamza? Hamza. Thousands of years ago. Abraham. Lot. Noah. David. Solomon. Jonah. Job. Thousands of years ago. Law followers. Believers in Allah. our name will live. Your name will live. And if you're a hypocrite, your name won't live. To show the other ones what happened to you because of what you did, so don't you do it. If you're going to be just like him or just like her, we talk about it a lot of time about our Abu Lahab and his wife. Abu Lahab and his wife. Every time the prophet says something, he got something to say, some smart word to say. His wife right along with him. They be concocting and making up stuff and trying to set him up. Go throw thorns across the road where they know he walked by, barefooted to hurt his foot. Get back and what you call it, con and be coming and thinking up something to do to the prophet. He ain't did nothing. Some of us like that. Some of us like that. We get together behind closed doors. We sit around and plot. We do this. Say this. Go this way at it. We ain't gonna go this way. Let's try it this way. I think this way is better. Sit around plotting. Oh, the prophet. What happened to him? What happened to him? Yeah, I took care of him. That's what it said, went around all the stuff she did, went around her neck, Jack choked her. The wrong that she did. And the wrong that he did. Hypocrites. Look at Malcolm. Look at his wife Betty. Husband and wife. She ain't open her mouth. Knew he was wrong. Ain't open her mouth. Side with him, ain't open her mouth. See what I'm saying? She got it too. She got it way after he did. She ain't saw it coming. Allah must do. Didn't even let us see it coming. Sometimes they show it to you. He might show it to you. But his mercy ain't let us see it coming. Got burnt up. The own grandchild. Burnt up. Set on fire. You saw you too hard. No, she was hard. And the message said, only thing she had to do is just speak up. If she'd have came forward, he'd have took care of her. But she sided right along with him. That's my husband. But your husband was a hypocrite and a liar against the messenger. One you say you follow. That's right, the one you say you believed in. You sided right along with him, you knowing that he was wrong. And it's the same thing you sided on with your wife, knowing she wrong. You gonna get the same thing. You may not get it now, but you gonna get it later. You got a payday coming. Allah's a just God. That's how it is. So when it happened, that's how it is. Truth is truth. I know it sounds bad, but truth is truth. Allah not gonna leave not one. The messenger said he gonna burn them all up. Every one of them. That's not gonna be a trace of no disbeliever. Not gonna be a trace. God is angry. Master Prophet Muhammad is angry. The messenger said, it can come at any time. The end can come at any time. Nobody knows when it is, but it's with God only. But it can come at any time. We've been fortunate and blessed to be following the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We're making progress. We ran across the brother the other day. He knew how to do a whole lot of things. Lost found brother. Good brother. Reasonable brother. Did some work for us. Did some work for us. He wasn't high. He did it. Boom. That's how Allah works. That's how he works. Well, you think you all this. You're not all this. You're not all that. We're not all this and we're not all that. Allah sent somebody in to place you. That's how he do it. And if I don't act right, he'll send somebody in to place me. And I know this. to be a fact. See? And if you're not right, likewise, he's going to get you too. That's how it is. Because if you know the truth and you sitting down on it and you know what you should be doing, you getting it too. Because you sympathizing with wrongdoers. So if you're going to sympathize with a wrongdoer, you doing it too. You doing it too. Don't they get you for accessory? That's a law for accessory. You know it all the time. I didn't do it, but you know it was going down. So you should have did it. You've been better off doing it. Because you're going to get the same time. Accessory. Yeah. Praise be to Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. I'm not no angel. I know you don't. I'm not angel. I don't want you to think I'm angel. I'm not. I'm telling you myself I'm not. But I'm trying to be upright. I'm not foolish though. You can be foolish. I respect the God. I ain't gonna play with it. I know what he do. I know his power. I know he's merciful. But he's dangerous too. Not to play with. See, he take our little brain and turn it around and spin us like a yo-yo. We met this brother. Get this brother. You wouldn't even, he's so humble. The brother was so humble, you wouldn't even know that he knew all this stuff here. And we used to see him all the time. All the time we'd see this brother. He always walking, speak to you, everything. So we just asked the brother that day. He said, man, I said, I do. Anything that be done, man, I do it. I can do it. I said, you can, brother? I said, okay, I'm gonna put him to the test. Do this. Would you do this for me? Came down, went in there, bang, did it right away. He said, wait a minute, I got a few minutes before I finish the job. Come right away. But no, hey, I'll be wait on right away. They tell you something about it. Come right in, whop, whop, did that. $35. Kind of fair. I said, you sure? Yeah, okay, brother, okay. Anything else you got, man, just let me know. Anything, I'll do anything. See? Whew. You know how your little weight come off your back? Whew. Allah is God, who came in the person of the Master Prophet Muhammad, true living God. We make progress, and we're going to continue to make progress, because ain't nobody bigger than nobody around here. You ain't no bigger than me, I ain't no bigger than you. We all follow the same God, supposedly. We all believe in the same message. But go for you, go for me. That's how it is. You ain't no better than me, I ain't no better than you. And if I act like I'm better than you, please tell me so that I can stop. Please tell me, hey man, you act like you all this. Let me know. Please let me know if I act like, cause I'm not all this, you ain't either. You're not all of it either. I don't care what you know or what I know or what everybody else know, you're not all this either. Allah, he give it to all of us. What the message said that Adam wasn't taught truth. Adam was a deceiver, a liar. He was taught evil, the message says, so that he could trick the true believers. Adam, the father of the white race. That's the white race, Adam. That's what he said. I got it written right here. I got it written right here. We got a few minutes. He said Adam was not taught truth. He was taught evil so that he could trick the true believers. This would get him off the path of righteousness, thereby becoming an evildoer. We talk about get the righteous off the path of righteousness and then become an evildoer. That's what Adam did. So we have to understand this. He also said they deceive only themselves and realize it not. Those who get off the path of righteousness. They deceive themselves and they know not. We can do so wrong so often, you begin to think you're right. You begin to think what you're doing is right. You're wrong as two left shoes, but you're right. And you're the honest one that believe that you're right. I don't care who tell you or who brings something to you, you can't see no further than yourself. You can't see no further than that you're right. Regardless to what the messenger say, regardless of what he taught, only thing you see, you think you got a point, you're right. You don't care what it is, you're right. You in trouble. You in serious trouble. And then what make it so bad? You continue to do it. And I believe that we know. You know when you're doing something wrong, brother and sister. If you treat a brother wrong, it'll come to your mind. It'll come. Why did I say that? You might be too proud to go say, brother, I apologize. Or sister, I apologize. But you know. You know. Sometimes you just feel foolish. That you feel so ashamed of yourself you don't want to do. But that's the best way. That's when to do it, when you feel ashamed of yourself. Because Allah shames us. And by her shaming you, this ought to prompt you to do something. But when you're shameless, you're in trouble. You don't have no shame, you're in trouble. Ain't no work, ain't no help for you. Because when you can be shamed, in my conclusion, when we accepted Islam, we were shame ourselves. Because we know we were doing wrong. We know we believed in the wrong, the spook God. We know the religion of Christianity was a false religion. We know we was wrong. That's the first step in recovering and accepting your own. But when you standing back like our people out today, they don't think they're wrong. They think Christianity is the right religion. They think Jesus is Lord. They think heaven is when you die, a physical death and go up in the sky. They believe that. So that's not going to change. They really believe that. See? But we know different. We knew that we knew we was wrong. And we accepted that Allah's God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, was his last and greatest messenger. Assalamu alaikum. Praise be to Allah. Oh, I need a fan up here. Woo. Get you here. I got 5. Yeah, I got 5 now. Did I give you this? Did I give you? Here, I forgot to give it to you. I got to give my wife her money. Hey, babe, give it to both. Put it in the bucket. How much was it? 3, 5. Get out your way.
Brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, all praises due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou spilled thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness and none is to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is thy true servant and last apostle. Ameen. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone that we wouldn't have done it to ourselves, and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.